in which she recounts the horrors of online dating, especially if you have a vajayjay. So, without further ado, please welcome Ms. Jive.
Hi. Hi. So I had to wear, of course, for Femocracy, my Orgasms Keep It Real t-shirt this evening. And I'll tell you, if you're not keeping it real, ladies, it's time to get a Bob, which is battery-operated boyfriend, for those of you who don't know. Because they should never be faked. So, my journey began in about 2004 when I found myself living in a very small town, divorced, a single mom, and it wasn't a pond, it wasn't a lake, it was more like a 6-day-old dried up puddle, and my choices of men were a few meth addicts, those who lived in their cars in their parents' basements. I could have chosen the Vortex Vixen in Sedona who would have tried to feed me some Kool-Aid at some point. So, being a really busy broad with my own business and kids and no time and barely enough time to shave my legs or masturbate for that matter, I decided, hey, I'm going to try to meet some folks online, which I can't even tell you what my first, who here has dated online? Who, come on, raise your hand, stop being chicken shit. Yeah, that's right, because I met a bunch of you online. You can't fool me, fucking around there. So, that first profile, I can't even tell you what it said. It was probably something like all of us. It was kind of authentic and kind of sweet and kind of nice and not at all really what my sarcastic, dry, bitchy sense of humor is probably often like. But there was one guy who we started chatting a little bit, and this set me up for just a bad taste in my mouth. So we started chatting. He didn't look bad in his picture. You couldn't really tell what he looked like, but he didn't look bad on paper. And it turned out that he lived a very short distance away. And so we devised this plan that I would do kind of a drive-by. And it was my very first online dating drive-by experience. And so I'm in my car and like, I hope he's really cute, you know? I hope he's good looking. And I pull around the corner and looking at the house numbers, and I'm like, oh shit. And it's a cul-de-sac, so stop, turn around. The first thing I see is the trailer. Okay, it's not even a double wide, it's a fucking single wide. And I see this dude who's like 50 to 98 pounds heavier in real life than he was in his picture, leaning against his truck with a gun rack. And he had asked me what kind of car I drove, but I, blinders on, went so fast to the end of that cul-de-sac, like spun out at the corner and drove away as fast as I possibly could. And I was like, wow, fuck, people lie online. And it really pretty much only continued to get worse from there, I hate to say. So, I'm gonna